movies make you scared? No, thank you. Remember, guys, mini lesson is thumb over your heart. But I'm not asking you this question at the moment. I'm saying I asked you to look at this question. And how do movies make you feel scared? What is scared? Scared is an emotion, isn't it? Another way that we can kind of say, Francesca, please stop. Santiago, put that down. Put that down on the floor. Tarek, leave it on the desk, please. Put that down too. I need you guys to not have anything in your hands, otherwise you'll be distracted. Thank you, Tarek. Okay. So, scared, you could say, is an emotion. Yes, I agree. It's an emotion. Something we feel when we watch a movie that's maybe suspenseful or a scary movie is it creates a mood. Have you guys seen this word before, Tarek?
Yes.
Can you put that on your desk, please?
What about mood?
Yes, a mood. Kind of an emotion or a sense. Okay, guys. I really need you to be quiet during a mini lesson. During a mini lesson, if you interrupt, it's going to cause problems, okay? And I can't do my class. So if there's something in your hand that is going to distract you, please remove it. If I have to ask you again, you're just going to sign the book. Okay, thank you, Jack. Okay, so we're looking at how does a movie make you feel scared? And I see when someone screams, so the noises. I see from the music helps create the mood. Thank you. I also see by the horror scenes, the violence. I see when a monster is going to eat someone and they don't show you.
A jump scare.
They build it up. I really like all of these great descriptions. I also see when a character opens a door really slowly. The music, okay, I see a lot of music and I see a lot of build-up in suspense. And we can do the same thing. We can do the exact same thing in writing, but it's very different. I was going to... Thank you. I want you now to think, how in writing do we create suspense? How do we create the mood in writing? I want you to think, how do we create suspense in stories? Turn and talk to the person next to you on how we create suspense in stories. How we create Okay, very good, thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and thank you. Yes, guys. I heard. Thank you. So I heard a few different things. I heard someone say we use lots of details, which is very true. We always write using details. I also heard someone say descriptions. I thought that was great. I also heard figurative language. I also... Well, this is writing, so we don't have jump scares. What we have is description. And thank you, Jack. Jack, thank you. What we also have is figurative language. But there are many more techniques in creating suspense, and we're going to look at them today. So as you can tell, when you visualize, when you see something, like these pictures, we see, Ernesto? Sorry, I'm Enrique. Thank you. When we see Jason, we know that he's scary because we can see that he's scary. In this setting, we can see that it's dark and mysterious, and there are dead trees, and the fog is coming through the haunted forest. With Pennywise, we can see he looks terrifying. We see that. But in a book, unless there are pictures, we don't know any of this. So we have to use details, descriptions, figurative language. And there are other ways to create suspense. I can't, thank you. No, thank you guys, hands down.
No, it isn't. No, books don't give terror because they don't watch the movie. Mr. You are incorrect.
Okay. Jack does make a good point. He says, but Mr. Nick, it's impossible, or books don't create terror. We're going to work on this in our writing. Because maybe what Jack, or maybe what some of us don't realize is it's all very possible. And I'm going to read you a story today. So suspense. What is suspense? Suspense feels like. If you have an idea of maybe what suspense is, or what suspense feels like, put your thumb over your heart. And in your mind, say, suspense is when, or suspense feels like. Suspense is when, suspense feels like. Turn and talk to the person next to you. What is suspense? What does it feel Five, 4, 3, 2, and thank you. Tarek. Very good. Lulu, Daniel, I heard lots of interesting ideas. I heard suspense feels like anxiety. It feels like scared. It feels like when you are scared. And this is very interesting because we all know what suspense feels like and what it is. The feeling of excitement or nervousness that you have when you are waiting for something to happen, but you don't know what it's going to be. In all of... Thank you, Tarek. Sit properly, please, buddy. Tarek. We've all been or seen, or maybe we're too scared to watch scary films. But suspense doesn't mean terror. It doesn't mean a jump scare. It means the feeling of not knowing what's going to happen next. And that doesn't always have to be about scary movies or scary stories. But it works the best when you write something that's kind of creepy or something that's kind of different. And that's how we do it, is by creating a mood. It's by creating that feeling. For example, when you're eating some food that you really like, you feel happy inside. That's the mood that you have. It's, oh, this is going well, this is nice. But when you're reading a book, is your mood always the same when you read a book? It's not. It's the same with writing in suspense.
Sometimes I just bored.
Sometimes, yeah, okay, maybe that's the story.
You in a book, I have to feel the same with all that's in there.
No, you shouldn't. Sam.
For a book to be good, you need to feel different emotions.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to work on in writing in suspense one. is we're going to be writing on how to create a mood. And what we want to create is suspense. And that's what our theme is this week. We'll be working on creating moods in stories. And how do we do that? Well, that's some of the techniques we're going to do. I'm going to read the start of the book. And I would like for you to really think about the start of this book. Because one of the techniques we're going to use, or two or three of the techniques, that we're going to see, we can see very easily in Goosebumps. Now, you guys are familiar with Goosebumps. Or those of you that aren't,
I have like 6 books.
thank you very much, Amanda. Those of you that aren't familiar, there is an author called R.L. Stein. Now, he specializes in suspenseful story writing. Now, let's not concentrate on our shoelaces, please. And he's really good at writing in suspense, creating a mood. And today I'm going to read 2 chapters to you, okay? And if you're not sitting comfortably, or again, if you have something in your hand, put it away. Because if you distract everyone else, you're going to miss. Tarek, can you stand up and go and sit behind Amanda with your chair, please? Thank you. Make sure you're sitting comfortably. And if you have a question, like Amanda does now, okay?
Can we do just chairs and in the floor?
Do you want to sit on the floor, Amanda? You can sit on the floor. I don't know about everyone else. Okay. Yeah. What are you grabbing? No. No. RL, that's his name. Let me tell you what his name is right now. His name is Robert Lawrence. Robert Lawrence, there he is. Anyway, so I'm going to read this story, and the thing I would like for you to focus on is I'd like for you to focus on the way that they start the story. If there's something you don't understand, wait till I'm finished, okay? We know that this always works better if we raise our hand. Okay, Tarek, just a normal seat, please. Just one of the blue chairs. Welcome to Horrorland, where nightmares come to life. Amen. Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up, please? I really can't hear what you're saying. You need to speak up. Okay, thank you. Okay. One day at Horrorland. So from the title, we have an idea that this is maybe going to be at a place called Horrorland. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, very good. I can see that my computer is having some problems. So give me a second.